Full of knowledge today, Moletrap.
That's right.
Anyway, down at the lower left part of the map is our Terran from the Team SlayerS. Won the last game he is.
SlayerS, Kanji.
Such a big crowd today. Actually, it's almost as big as it was yesterday for that crazy awesome Code S day we had. Up at the top right part of the map, we have our Terran from the team, oGs. He's been to a finals before. Can he take this game up Kanji?
oGs Tier, Supernova.
Supernova. So, cross positions on Tal'Darim Altar. We see a lot of things like Reaper expands on this map. Those are pretty good. We see, well, I mean, really the distances make it a lot pretty easy. Oh, their #1 French fan
All right.
is in attendance today.
What does it say? Vous êtes
I can't
something?
read French, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I just didn't.
Can you read French?
I took a little French in high school, so I might have been able to understand a simple sentence. But
I see.
anyway, here's some knowledge for you, by the way.
Okay.
Both Supernova and Ganji are both old school Brood War players.
Right.
And Supernova actually played in the GOM Classics back when GOM broadcasted Brood War.
Oh.
I forget what his name was at the time. Let me see if I can double check that. But he has actually been in the GSL. That's right, he was Sayer, by Sayer, who was a okay Terran. He was okay. Ganji, I think, was a little bit better than him, but both of them were kind of like low level, not quite B teamers, but the bottom of the A team sort of thing in Brood War.
I see. Interesting.
I thought so.
Well, I think it is. I think people out there will find it very interesting as well.
I hope so. And yeah, so both players starting off pretty normal here. Neither player going crazy.
Yep. Well, I've got the Reaper expand
We do
on
have
the
the
way
Reaper
for Ganji
expand,
and-
so they're not doing the same build though.
And other than that, factory a little bit out of the way. I wouldn't really call it hidden, but you know, it's in a place where he would prefer it not be scanned. So I've got a feeling we're probably going to see Banshees from Supernova.
I think that's a possibility, man, because he's getting his second gas right now.
Yep, could be.
And yeah,
both
usually you
Banshees.
hide that factory if you want to make sure that it's very hard to scout the location of the starport, which is going to be built next to it, and switch over to the tech lab.
Yeah, basically nobody's ever going to scan there. So Command Center going up for Ganji, and he's going to do some scouting with that SCV, and he's also going to get the Reaper in there too, because the SCV is not going to really see a whole lot. This is a great map for getting Reapers in your opponent's base. There's a couple different directions that are very far apart from each other that you can hop into.
Ooh, I wonder if that Reaper, the Reaper's actually
he
angled to go up into the base where that factory is. That could be actually huge.
Yeah, he certainly might
Because
see this.
the tech lab and the starport are right there. He is going to see it with that Reaper. Oh
Well-
my gosh, this is going to be
Wow.
really bad for Supernova.
Yeah, there it is. He sees everything. Really smart decision by SlayerS Ganji to be like, I don't really know what you're going to do on this map, and I need to find out, so I'm going to go Reaper expand this time around.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
smart move.
Nicely done.
Now nothing is a mystery in this game.
And he's even going to get a couple SCV kills. He killed a Marine. He's going to juke and jive a little bit, do a little bit of dancing. And if, oh my gosh, if he gets that Reaper out alive, I'm going to be so impressed.
Yeah, looks like he probably will.
Wow.
Is going to get away with the Reaper. Really,
Hero
really nice
Reaper.
job there. Yeah, awesome job.
Look at that. The crowd just gave a round of applause for that Reaper in here, man. Because and well deserved, because he scouted everything, got a few kills, lived to tell the tale and hold the watchtower.
Well, it's so important to keep your Reaper alive in a situation like that. I mean, a lot of people just send it in, they like kill a couple SCVs, it's like, oh, I guess it's time for my Reaper to die now. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep your Reaper alive, because if you don't, you spent all that, well, it's not expensive, but you spent all that time making a Reaper, and you don't have any map control to show for it.
What the,
That is two Marauders.
So he's sending two Marauders in. I saw him making a Marauder. He has concussive shells as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about, though. The Banshee's
I know
about
what
to
it's
pop
about.
out.
Well, if there wasn't going to be a Banshee very soon, he could just sit back there and fire at some of the buildings and not be hit by Marines behind the wall. But
he knew the Banshee was coming.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why he sent those in to die to the Banshee, although maybe
I don't know.
He might just go... Well, if he walks straight back towards his base, then that Banshee can actually kite the Marauders to death while approaching...
Don't leave me
Ganji's
hanging!
base.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Disgusting.
There's like bones sticking out of those pieces of stuff,
I know.
man. There's like a big Marauder,
it's like a cartoon dinosaur hand.
armored boot with bones sticking out of it.
Oh! Whoa, that Banshee got close to death.
God, 2 hit points left on that Banshee, man.
Man.
He does have Cloak now, though. He went for the Cloak and all.
Yeah.
So even though he got scouted, he didn't change his strategy whatsoever. He's just going with this Cloak Banshee. He's trying to expand off of it, though, I believe. No, there's no expansion. Never mind.
Not yet. It does delay it quite a bit if you do go Banshee with Cloak. I really love it when players send like 2 SCVs with their Banshees and hide them so that they can repair the Banshees close to the enemy base. Saves a lot of time. As
That's
you can
really
see,
clever,
that first
yeah.
Banshee is going to need to take a long time to get back.
That is actually a really good point.
Well, we see it a lot, or not a lot. We see it a good amount on the NA server, but not really on Korea for some reason. Don't know why.
And is he going to scan? Oh, he does scan. Is he going to get it? Oh, pops that one.
Yep.
No 2 hit points left for that Banshee.
First Banshee's been more or less repaired. It's going to be back in action pretty soon, but he's going to need to be a little bit more careful with it this time around. And so far, this opening for OGS OGS Supernova just isn't doing very well. I mean, he hasn't really caused any damage with the Banshees. Ganji's looking pretty good.
And he's continuing to produce. He's producing tanks. He's getting siege mode.
Yep.
And so he's just, I mean, again, no sign of an expansion here. So he's basically, it looks like Supernova's just going to try and go for one big attack and try and catch him off guard because SlayerS Ganji doesn't have a ton of units just yet.
Yep. He is going bio, though, so he's going to be able to replenish those units quite quickly.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, is that it'll be nice for Ganji to... Whoa, never mind, forget everything. He is going all in. That is a lot of SCVs to send with those tanks and Marines. And you notice that Ganji is just losing Marines right now.
Yeah.
Supernova's trying to kill as many Marines as he can to make the push that more powerful. Loses a Banshee, though.
But forced to scan. He's going to have to use another scan to kill the other Banshee.
Yep.
As it's just hammering away on his refinery, actually. That's a waste of the shots from that Banshee. But here comes the attack from Supernova.
This
is a big attack with siege mode.
Yep. And he's going to try to repair that bunker as long as he can. Never mind, he's not. He's going to move the SCVs back instead.
Yeah, he needs to just pull back.
Yeah.
He cannot hold that.
Yeah, this will be really difficult to handle.
Cannot hold.
We cannot hold.
Wrong race, actually. But, yeah, he just has to hold out a little bit longer until he gets a little bit more units. But Supernova might not give him time to do that.
No.
He's coming in here. And this is going to be really tough for Ganji to hold. He's trying to build.
Oh, he's going to transfer some SCVs down to his command center that he's moved to the low ground. I like that. But he's losing all his production buildings right now. This is why the Koreans love killing Marines with their Banshees instead of SCVs.
Well, he knows all he has to do is hold off this one attack and he wins the game. So,
yeah.
Well, sort of, depending on how much damage it does.
Well,
so he's just trying to hold out and get as many units as possible. Any second now, we're probably going to see him go out with some SCVs and then attack with the Marines behind the SCVs.
I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. I think SlayerS Ganji is in huge trouble right now.
He is.
Yeah, well, that's basically it. I mean, he's lost the majority of his production buildings.
Oh, he stims and doesn't go in.
Ugh.
Bunkers being built in Ganji's base. This is really bad. He's going to try and go around the top and pick off those tanks. That could actually be a huge move. And no, he's going to... Is he going to base trade?
I don't know. I mean, he's transferring guys out to the low ground. It almost looks like he wants to base trade. I think you're right. The unfortunate thing is that Supernova can just siege up on the high ground and kill everything at that expansion. Yeah, he's making more barracks outside of his base. Ganji deciding not to give up quite yet, but maybe too little too late here.
Yeah, I guess he's going to try and go for the base trade.
Yeah.
SCVs doing pretty good damage, actually, to the Marines without medevacs overhead.
Well, he gets a couple of them, but he's going to lose the rest pretty soon.
He actually just killed half of Supernova's Marines with SCVs. And now he's falling back.
What?
Ganji is actually falling back with that force that he went to base trade with. He's falling back with it, even though Supernova has nothing in his main base and he could have traded.
Well, it's tough, you know. I mean,
it's really weird.
Yeah, Ganji's just in such a bad spot right now. I mean, as soon as Supernova knows where he went, he's going to siege up on that high ground, and that's going to be, yeah, there it is right there. And that's going to be very, very difficult for Ganji to do anything about. Oh, never mind, he has some Banshees. Where are the reinforcing Marines for Supernova? He's going to lose both of these tanks.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Ganji not mining right now. This is just really weird, man. I'm not sure exactly why he didn't at least go for one last-ditch attack with his Marines, and if not, why not attack Supernova's base with your Marines at that point? He's not doing anything with him. He's patrolling around the middle of the map.
Well, he's got another expansion down to 6 o'clock, it looks like.
Yeah, he is transferring his SCVs to 6, but there's no way. Well, he might actually catch him in the middle.
The SCVs are going to lead him right there.
This is really weird.
This is a weird TVT.
So Supernova's going to try and go up to that 9 o'clock base and finish it off instead of trying to go for the 6 o'clock base, which is mining.
Yep, and he certainly can too. There's really no defense for SlayerS Ganji there right now.
Yeah, there's a Raven out and a couple Vikings, so those Banshees are going to do no good. He's going to be forced to lift his brand new barracks.
Oh, man.
And is he trying to research Cloak or something? Yes, Cloak is almost done for Ganji, but the tech lab goes down before Cloak finishes. He was really counting on those Banshees to do some counter damage, and now Ganji is just, now he's moved up to the 11 o'clock base, and he's trying to mine there as well, but he's lost all his supply depots again, so he's at 43 out of 22 supply.
It's like we need additional bases.
This is just...
Well, I think we've kind of gotten to the point where Ganji is like, all right, I lost. Now I just need to kind of try to tire him out a little bit. Maybe if I'm super, super lucky, I can
He's just
win.
been really non-committal. He's not committing to anything. Oh, is he going to get those tanks?
Oh, yeah, I actually think he will. And he has
Nice.
medevacs, and that is huge, actually.
Yeah.
Medevacs make such a big difference.
Yeah,
And wow, just like that.
with the tanks on siege, those Marines were able to do tons of damage with the stim on and polish off that army. So
The thing is, though, is that he's going to need those scans to, I don't know.
Yeah, this is Ganji is now at 34 to supply to the 67 of Supernova. I mean, Supernova, he hasn't actually ever taken any damage to his main base.
Nope.
Since that Reaper, basically.
That's about it, yeah.
So even though Supernova got ahead, Ganji got ahead by fending off the Banshees. He hasn't done it. He never did anything to capitalize on it. And Supernova's like, all right, well, if you're just gonna let me play, macro game, no rush 10 for me, then I'll just.
And he's not gonna catch him up on siege this time. Still gonna take out both of those tanks, though. Wow. Supernova doing some damage to the factory, putting down some auto turrets.
Land the factory.
It's too late, Moltrap. The factory is dead.
Aw.
Sorry.
Yeah, auto turrets stopping him from mining there. So Ganji is now not mining at all. And I think you're right. At this point, it is just a matter of trying to tire out Supernova so that he's not quite as peppy for the next game.
Yep. He said peppy, and right now Wolf is watching. He's thinking about Star Fox again. I know he's watching.
He might be watching the Korean stream, though.
No.
Because he watches on his PC, which had the Korean GOM player already installed.
But here's the thing is, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say. Oh, here he goes. He's going to take out the tank.
He's going to pick off the tank.
The medevac's making a huge difference, actually, right now for SlayerS Ganji, but I just don't think it's enough.
Wow, he's going to do a lot of damage. This is not going to win the game, I don't think,
No.
but he's doing a ton of damage.
This is just crazy.
4 Marines left, 3 Marines left. They get the tank, but the Banshee's there.
Yeah, that
and he
is
can't
about
scan.
it.
He's got no command centers. He's got 2 barracks floating on the,
dancing his
on the left side of the base.
It's like, you tired yet? Are you tired yet? What is SlayerS Ganji
He's like,
doing?
maybe if I can aim my mules right, they'll hit the medevacs on the way down.
I don't know. He's like, hey, why can't you kill me?
All right, Ganji is definitely just stalling now.
Yeah, this is just silly. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the game's over. Dancing his Marines. All right, well, there you go.
There we go.
A little bit of Marine dancing, a little bit of medevac dancing, and a lot of GG for SlayerS Ganji. Whoa, so.
Oh, man.
Man. And Supernova's like, did you see that guy?
I'm really surprised that Ganji didn't commit to a defense.
Yeah.
He just decided to run and hide instead of actually attacking. I mean, he had almost as many Marines as Supernova did at the end there when he was losing his barracks. All he had to do was send all of his SCVs in, all of his Marines in. He had stim. He probably could have won that battle, defended, and been in a really big lead, but instead he's like, I'm just actually going to let you slowly kill all my buildings. And then I'm going to send all my forces towards your base, and when they almost get there, instead of killing your main, I'm going to turn around and do nothing with my superior army for a while.
Well, it's a strange game, but it's good for us because now we are tied up, and we get to see even more games. I love watching these two teams play each other. I don't know. This is like one of my favorite Team League matchups, actually.
I think it's gonna be good. A lot of good players that both teams can send out. So we're gonna see who SlayerS is gonna send out next to take on Supernova.
Well, I've got a feeling that they haven't really produced any or prepared rather any snipers specifically for Supernova. So in that case, I would think they're going to send out someone who they think is just all around a pretty solid player. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see someone like, well, I don't know. I want to say
maybe like a
Alicia,
Tasia or something. Alicia.
Maybe Tasia. I want to see Alicia.
I don't know
maybe
if they'll
Boxer,
send Alicia.
actually.
He hasn't been showing enough results lately
They're not going to send their best
to
guys out
really
quite
trust
yet.
him, but I don't know. Min was smiling. There's MMA.
It's the closer.
Yep.
All right.
And again, I think that's a smart move. They need as many points in that third column as possible. They want to send out their closer earlier so that they can get a +2 win instead of a +1 win or a +3 or whatever.
Yep.
They need as many points as they can get. That's why they're sending out only their stronger players, and MMA is a very good choice for that.
Yep, that M he's shaved into his head for MLG is starting to fade now. Hair's starting to grow out a little bit, but still a good Terran player. Look at that record, 21-10, one of the best records in the GSL right now. He was the Super Tournament runner-up, as you can see there, lost to Bolt Prime, who then transformed into Optimus Prime, no pun intended. All right, pun was intended. It was intended.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. So MMA, I mean, he is a very good, solid, all-around player. Traditionally, they've liked to save him. Sounds like we're going to take a 5-minute break, guys. We'll be right back. MMA versus Supernova. Don't go anywhere.